Matthew Page Damon entered the world on October 8, 1970, in Cambridge, Massachusetts, a city famous for ideas, not guarantees. When his father, Kent Damon, a stockbroker with quiet ambition, left the family home, Matt was just 2. There was no scene, only absence. A sound a little boy never forgets. His mother, Nancy Carlson Page, a professor of early childhood education, gathered Matt and his brother Kyle and moved them into a communal house shared with 6 families. Privacy was thin, money was thinner, and the walls carried other people's lives. Nancy filled the gaps with steadiness. Lesson plans graded by lamplight, coffee gone cold, beside library books, and the kind of expectations that put character first. "You're not special for being smart. You're responsible for what you do with it," she told him. That sentence became his compass. Books stood in for toys. Ideas kept him company. At Cambridge Ring and Latin School, drama teacher Jerry Specca noticed a quiet kid who transformed once he stepped on stage. Acting, Matt learned, wasn't applause. It was air. By 16, he was scribbling scenes and trying on worlds. The silence of missing a father didn't harden him. It focused him. If life wouldn't build him a shelter, he would learn to build one himself. At Harvard University, Damon studied English literature and lived in Lowell House. Thin blankets, thinner wallets, and cheap coffee that felt more like hope than caffeine. Amid term papers, he drafted a scene for class that would become the seed of Good Will Hunting. A story about a brilliant young man who can't believe he deserves to be loved. Cash was tight. He grabbed small TV and film jobs between exams. Finally, in 1992, with 12 credits left, he took the leap. Leaving school to chase a role in Gano, an American legend, the breakout never came. The film landed with a thud, and the safety net was gone. Los Angeles offered sunshine and indifference in equal measure. Damon and childhood friend Ben Affleck shared an apartment with threadbare carpet and a refrigerator that was mostly a rumor. They wrote at a borrowed typewriter, editing, cutting, arguing, and refusing to sell their script unless they could star in it. Nearly 3 years of no's refined the work. Stubbornness became a strategy. Then they finished it. Good Will Hunting, a love letter to friendship, mentorship, and second chances. Type through hunger and belief. B7 changed everything. Good Will Hunting exploded, and a 7-year-old from Cambridge was holding an Oscar and a new kind of pressure. Whisper campaigns questioned authorship. Pundits wondered if he was just lucky, another handsome face the town would chew up. Damon answered by working. He stood beside Tom Hanks in Saving Private Ryan, sank into the eerie psychology of the talented Mr. Ripley, and then strapped on a holster that would redefine modern action, Jason Bourne. His training was brutal. The stunt worked real, bruised ribs, torn muscles, ice packs, and early call times. Because, as he put it, I wanted it to feel real, even if it meant it hurt. The gambit paid off. Foreign films would draw over $1.66 billion worldwide, and Damon's take reached $87 million. Numbers that said box office force even as the work left its toll. Between Ocean's 11, The Departed, and prestige dramas he had become, both reliable and versatile, bankable without losing craft, the climb wasn't clean. Elysium 2013, budgeted at $115 million, barely broke even. The Great Wall 2016 at $150 million drew estimates of $7,590 million. In losses and stirred debate about representation, he declined to fight in public. There were missteps outside the box office. 2. The 2015 Project Greenlight exchange with Effie Brown, followed by a public apology. He later said, "I should have listened more." In comments during 2017 that drew criticism amid the Me Too movement, met with reflection and regret. Odd later became a punchline when markets dipped. Damon noted that Proceed supported Water.org, the clean water nonprofit he co-founded. Through all of it, he kept working and learning. He famously turned down Avatar, calling it the most expensive no in history, and he ceded the lead in Manchester, by the sea, to Casey Affleck, watching his friend win an Oscar. That one stung. He's admitted, but loyalty matters. Then came The Reset. The Martian, 2015. Budgeted at $18 million and taking in over $630 million globally, reminded audiences that resilience beats perfection. Alone on screen for long stretches, Damon turned isolation into a crowd pleaser. From there, he prioritized meaning over noise. Stillwater, The Last Duel, Air, and Oppenheimer, projects chosen less for guaranteed glory than for substance. Fame tested his private life. In 1997, during the whirlwind of Good Will Hunting, Damon and many drivers shared a tender year that couldn't withstand sudden global attention. The ending was quiet, the memory warm. A deeper calm arrived with Winona Ryder, 1998-2000. They were a golden pair in public. Two readers in private, bookstores, road trips, and late-night pages read aloud. No scandal ended it. They simply drifted apart. Both later spoke of each other with grace. The turning point came in Miami, while filming Stuck on You in 2003. Damon met Luciana Barroso, a bartender whose ease cut through the static. They married in December 2005 privately in New York. He adopted her daughter, Alexia, and together they welcomed Isabella, Gia, and Stella. The secret wasn't fairy dust. It was priorities. Parole kept him away too long. He turned it down. "If it takes me from my family, it's not worth it," he said. The headline faded. The marriage held. Some losses never stopped echoing.
William.
Death in August 2014 felt like a world losing its balance. Williams had fought for Damon and Affleck when they were unproven, and had modeled the quiet decency he urged them to keep. Damon still quotes Robin's core rule, "Be kind. You never know who needs it most." Then in December 2017 came a more intimate goodbye. Damon's father, Kent, passed from multiple myeloma on December 14, 2017. The man who left when Matt was 2 had become the man Matt visited at a bedside. Soft-spoken, forgiving, present. He wasn't always there, Damon has said, but he was always trying. After the funeral, Matt carried forward what mattered most to Kent. Humility, eye contact, decency. The body keeps score. 25 for Courage Under Fire, 1996. Damon dropped nearly 40 lbs through punishing runs and restricted calories to portray a morphine-addicted soldier. The transformation won praise. The fallout lingered. Doctors warned he'd shocked his metabolism. For nearly 2 years, medication helped him steady. "I did it for art," he said. "I wouldn't do it again." By the mid-2010s, the toll felt different. Fog, sleeplessness, an annoying sense that he'd lost rhythm. Luciana noticed first. "You don't have to fix the world," she told him. "Just come home to it." He recalibrated. Shorter runs, cleaner food, meditation, and scripts chosen with care. He jokes about the rent he pays each morning in creaky knees and a tight back. But he treats his body like the old friend that carried him farther than it had to. The arc of Matt Damon's story isn't perfection, it's persistence. He came from a house that held 6 families and learned that imagination can be shelter. He left a prestigious university 12 credits short and discovered that faith can be a career plan. He starved for a role at 25 and later chose balance over bravado. He watched projects falter, apologized when he misstepped, and kept showing up on sets at school plays. And beside causes that outlast headlines, ask him today what success means, and he'll likely say something simple. "I've learned it's not about climbing higher. It's about being steady where you stand." The numbers $170 million, $168 million, $15 million, $8, $5 million, $52 million, $4 billion tell one kind of story. The more important one lives at a kitchen table, on a quiet dock at sunrise, and in the choice to be present when it counts. If his films moved you, that's the art. If his example nudges you toward kindness, that's the legacy. In a business built on spectacle, Matt Damon has chosen